the Western Conference Finals. And so with that, we have to welcome in our guy, Chris Broussard. All right, Broussard, let's stick with the Lakers here. How do you see this season playing out for them?
Well, Jenna, first of all, let me clear up a nasty myth out there. I am not a Clippers fan, all right? They are not my beloved Clippers. I'll have Nick Wright know. I was rooting for the Lakers when he was in diapers, if not before then. All right, so I'm not a beloved Clippers fan. I pick according to knowledge, even though my knowledge was wrong last year. All right. Anyway, here it is for the Lakers. I think it's a lot different than last year. LeBron, obviously, last year came out, essentially played every game, went hard, maybe trying to get the MVP award, certainly trying to get the #1 seed, really establishing or reestablishing the culture there with the Lakers, being an example for Anthony Davis of playing through pain, playing every game. I think this year is a different approach from him. Because of his age, because of the short offseason, I think he eases his way into the season, sits out some games, doesn't go as hard. I mean, he's going to play well, but just paces himself a little more. The plan is about 28 to 30 minutes a night. We know LeBron's never really stuck to that type of minutes regiment, but I'll say he's at 30, 31 minutes a night. And they've got other players that, they don't have to rely on LeBron as much. I don't think, at least during the regular season, that they'll be as LeBron-centric as many of his teams have been. Maybe all of his teams have been. You got Marc Gasol, you got Dennis Schroeder, you got, THT, Talen Horton-Tucker, you got Kyle Kuzma still, congrats to him. You got a lot of guys that can come in there and play well. I don't think they'll fall off when LeBron goes to the bench or sits out a game like they did last year. I think it ends up, they're still the #1 seed because they got tons of talent, and I think it ends up with another Lakers championship.
That'll be good. It'll be nice for Broussard to break his cold streak of picking champions, so I'm happy for you there. He's right about that. Obviously, the Lakers are going to win the title. So I will take the over. We can go check if you had the Raptors the year before that. I'm not sure. We're going to have to check the archives. Nobody had the Raptors, to be fair to my buddy Chris Broussard. I would hammer the over on LeBron 31 minutes per game. Now, how many games of 28 to 30 minutes, no matter what they say, LeBron years ago made clear, for me, it's not about minutes, it is about games. Once I get myself ready to play a game, it is like the difference between how I feel after a game where I played 32 or 37 is negligible. So I think the Lakers will err on his regular minutes per game, but far fewer actual games played than last year. Luckily for them, I think they have a very strong case. They are the deepest team in the league. If the starting lineup, and I don't know if it will be throughout the year, but if it is Schroeder, KCP, LeBron, AD, Gasol, then they have off the bench, obviously Trez, Kuzma, Wes Matthews, who I think is going to be an important part of the roster. You mentioned Talen Horton-Tucker, who is going to be in the rotation. Alex Caruso, now we're at 10. Markieff Morris puts you at 11. So you have and plus Quinn Cook, who's played, but I don't think really will. You have 11 guys who can be a part of a rotation, so you can give guys games off, and they absolutely should give guys, most notably LeBron, games off. My biggest intrigue about the Lakers this year is this, Wilds. I was adamant, and I've been throughout, all of my career, if you will, across sports, that great players unlock an extra level once they remove the burden of, can I be a champion? Can I perform in the cauldron of the biggest moments? So that means, what will Anthony Davis look like? Will we see a better version of Anthony Davis than we've ever seen? Will we see a more free version of Anthony Davis than we've ever seen? Will we see an Anthony Davis that in the regular season looks like the best player on the team? I think all of those things are in play. And now that's not because he's better than LeBron, but it's because I think AD is in the apex prime of his career, coming off a spectacular postseason run that was, you know, he was potentially the finals MVP through the first 2 games of those finals and then just fell off a bit. So are we going to see an Anthony Davis where he's, you know, 60% as far as true shooting percentage, taking those open threes the team wants him to take, winning Defensive Player of the Year, those types of things? That, to me, is the biggest intrigue with the Lakers because they are the overwhelming favorites. More than any LeBron's team's been an overwhelming favorite than probably his 3rd year in Miami Wilds.
Yeah, so I know we keep talking about how much LeBron should rest, but Nick, I'd be more worried about Anthony Davis's rest. LeBron's proven that he can make it through multiple seasons where AD, you look up, just normal drive to the basket, he's down clutching something or getting poked in the eye. So I also want Anthony Davis to take some time off. Jenna, I'm going to bring you in as our fitness expert. With all due respect, Nick once did dunk a racquetball and break his ulna, but you are still the fitness expert on the show.
34 years ago.
Nick, you have the silver medal. Jenna, can you describe interval training briefly?
Interval training is, yes, I can. Like all-out max effort. Then that's followed by like a period of rest or low intensity, and then it's max effort again. So you're going to go high, then low, then high. Are we working out? Because if that's a yes, I will take this mic off.
No. That's Broussard. That's how I think the Lakers should go out the season. That's how I think LeBron and AD should do interval training, basically. LeBron said it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, no, buddy.
I love
it's interval training. So come out, beat the Clippers, beat the Mavs. Then your next 8 games, you only play one playoff team, the Blazers. And I know people are like, well, what about Memphis? They were the 9 seeds. Although technically they were a playoff team, they weren't really. Then you've got 2 games in Houston, Oklahoma City. Again, rest, Jenna. Zion, Warriors, Bucks. Those games you turn it up and then bring it back down. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a wave of interval training. But I would also want, I got another thing for you, Broussard. Sorry, I forgot I had this. The return of one of the best LeBrons. Wine glass LeBron. Bring him back. Don't do the minutes. This is LeBron we see when he's chilling out. Wine glass LeBron.
That's
back.
some swag right there.
So that's what I want to see. And wine glass AD right next to him.
Right. I criticize LeBron for this. I've never seen anybody walk into their job with wine, but I gotta admit that is some swagger right there. But look, I'm gonna disagree with you, Wilds and Nick, on AD. One, I think he's way too young to be on load management or anything like that. He's playing with LeBron now. There's no coincidence why he played the whole season last year. It was the presence of LeBron James. You saw the same thing with Kyrie, healthier than ever when he plays with LeBron.